Welcome to the Vaticanal Product Chart Brainshark. This chart was developed to help determine the proper amount of our biosecurity products needed for a specific area. This will allow for efficient and effective application of our products. This chart opens up in the Information tab. In this sheet, you can enter the specific farm information, and when done, it will populate all the other tabs in this workbook. This is great if you decide to email, print off, and hang in the individual barns, or just store for later references. The remainders of these tabs are specific to your needs, from the livestock and water lines for cleaning and disinfection to insecticides for the volumes needed. Let's start with the livestock tab. In cleaning and disinfecting. If you have populated the information sheet, you can see the information is already there. Scrolling just below the information, we can specify a particular barn or room if needed. Next, we want to enter the size of the room that we would like to clean. This can be done either in metric or standard formation, length, width, and height of the area, and finally, the amount of floors or rooms to be cleaned. We are going to use a large poultry house in this example, 250 feet long by 50 feet wide and 8 feet high, with 3 stories. Once entered, you can see the total surfaces calculated. Following the measurements, there is an area to input a correction factor. This is to take into account unmovable equipment in the rooms like crates, waters, feeders, etc. They have surface areas that need to be cleaned also. In our example, we are going to use 5% extra to clean the feeders and water lines. If you are not sure how much extra is needed to compensate for these areas, contact your biosecurity technician and they will be happy to assist you. Now that the total area is calculated, it is time to pick the products and applications you would like to use. Scrolling down, you can see the Vaticanal products. For an example, if you choose our cleaners, or commonly called detergents, they are listed just below. If you are looking for our disinfectants, they are to follow. For this example, let's start choosing our degreaser, Biosolve Plus. Following horizontally from Biosolve, there will be a possible labeled amount suggested according to the challenge. Continue under foamed or sprayed. Once over the yellow boxes, there will appear all the possibility choices. Simply input what is desired. For 1% solution to contact the surface. With this input, we see the calculator starts to operate. As we continue further, we get to the first calculation, volume of solution. This is the volume of liquid needed to properly wet an area during application. Following this is the quantity of product that needs to be in the solution to produce the 1% desired to contact the surface. We know as the size of the room increases, the volume of solution becomes rather large and hard to handle. In these situations, usually applicators like foam guns or chemical injectors are used. These systems use a source of constant water pressure in the applicator that draws from a stock solution, mixes, and then is applied. This will allow you to do a larger area with greater ease. To adopt these upgraded calculations, scroll up and to the right, and we'll work through that calculation. As mentioned before, to get the most efficient and effective use of our products, we adapted this sheet to help calculate the stock solution correctly when using an applicator device. First, if you know the diluting rate of the applicator device, simply input the number in the yellow box along beside the diluting rate injector. Many factors can influence this diluting rate. It is always recommended to trial your apparatus at your site and with your equipment and water pressures. If you are not sure how to accomplish this, please go to the calibration video on this Biosecurity website and it'll walk you through the steps. In this example, we are going to use 1 to 50, or for every 1 liter of stock, the apparatus produces 50 liters of final product hitting the wall. Next is the volume of the stock pail that is used in case the stock volume is so large that it exceeds the stock pail size and more than one is needed. This will allow the calculator to present a proper mixture for each of the stock pails needed. The liters of volume and liters per kilogram of product are there as before. Continuing horizontally, we see the total liters of stock needed for the entire area. Next, since we put the size of the stock pail in, it shows that we need 3 stock pails to complete this process. And beside that is how to mix each one of those pails. This will help ensure that we're putting exactly on what we need to. Scrolling down the products further to the disinfectants, again, we can pick the product that best fits the situation and application desired. In this example, we picked Biosecurity 904 and Virkon. Again, scrolling over the first yellow boxes in each one of them, there will appear the label rate choices. Both disinfectants have specific label rates that they operate on, and only one appears. Continuing across, we see the volumes are calculated. But as we go further, we see we have an error. This is because Virkon is a powder and needs water to mix in. With the present applicator that works at 1 to 50 is too large, and Virkon will not be supersaturated and unable to dissolve into a stock solution. If we want to use Virkon, we will need to use a different applicator with a smaller ratio. Let's change it to a ratio of 1 to 20. You can see that the error disappears because we know it is possible to mix the solution, this type of solution. To get the most efficient use of the Virkon, we have also produced a video on the Biosecurity website on mixing Virkon, which is especially important with these higher concentrations. You will also know that Biosecurity 904's calculations have been recalculated to adapt to this new ratio. This will complete the surface of disinfection part of this brain shark. Continuing on, we will examine the water line tab. This tab will tell us the amount of product needed to properly clean a water line. Again, as before, the information tab was filled out. It'll be the same information on this sheet. Below, we will see all the different types of diameters of pipes that are available to work out. Simply input the number of feet of each type of pipe that you have on the site that you want to clean. In this example, we used 500 feet of half-inch pipe and 100 feet of 1-inch pipe. As the numbers are inputted, the calculator figures out the volume of the pipe has and adds it all up. Again, there's a correction factor for all those elbows, regulars, drop lines, etc. that you might have that could also hold water to give you the final volume. Let's scroll a little further down now to look at the cleaners and disinfectants we can use. Looking at all the Venequinol products are here again for cleaning inside the wire lines. Again, scroll across the yellow boxes to input the labeled amount desired. The results this time is the amount of product that needed to treat the inside the wire lines. This example we chose to use Biosolve Plus at 1% or 10 milliliters per liter, which shows that we need 384 milliliters of pure product to treat the lines. If your ejector will not go at the 1% or 10 milliliters per liter, you can contact a biosecurity specialist to help you dilute your product to work properly. Finally, we'll look at the last tab, the insecticides. As before, The information has been filled out if it was done at the beginning. In this sheet, as before, input the indicated area needed to be treated, and it will automatically calculate the amount of product needed to treat the area. Volumes per meters cubed are for aerosol application, or meters squared for surface applications, are indicated right beside the insecticide name. As always, we at Quinal want you to get the most efficient and effective use out of our products, and we are always here to offer personal help. If you need some, please feel free to contact us at any time. Thank you and have a great day.